Have you ever really thought about what's holding together the websites and apps you use every single day? I mean, from your bank to your favorite online store, it's all built on a foundation of code. But how secure is that foundation really?
Okay, let's just dive right into this because the scale of the challenge here is, well, it's kind of staggering. And we're not just talking about little glitches, we're talking about a full-on digital battleground.
So take a look at this number, 1,271. Any guesses what that could be? It's not just some random statistic, I'll tell you that. That is the number of major cyber incidents that hit essential services last year. And get this, according to the EU Cybersecurity Agency, that's up from just 95 a decade ago. That's a huge jump, and it really shows you just how critical this whole web security thing has become.
So if you're building an application, you have to start with a foundation, right? A framework. And that brings us to the core of what we're looking at today, a head-to-head comparison of the building blocks of the modern web, a framework face-off. So here's the big question. Does your choice of framework, that very first big decision a developer makes, does it actually make a real difference when it comes to keeping things secure? Well, we're about to find out.
All right, in the ring today, we've got three heavyweights. First up, on the left, you've got React. It's the most popular framework on the planet. Backed by Meta, it's famous for something called a virtual DOM, which is basically a clever copy of the web page that makes updates super fast. In the middle, there's Vue, the flexible, independent powerhouse that's known for being really easy to pick up. And on the right, Svelte, the speedy newcomer. It's actually a compiler, which means it does most of its hard work ahead of time, so the code running in your browser is incredibly small and fast.
Now, you can't have a face-off without a rulebook. And in web security, the rulebook is the OWASP Top 10. It's basically the industry standard list of the most dangerous security risks out there. We're talking about things like injection attacks, where a hacker tries to sneak some malicious code into a search bar to steal your data, or broken access control, which is kind of like leaving a backdoor to the manager's office unlocked. This is the gauntlet we're going to put these frameworks through. So researchers at Umeå University did something really cool. They built the exact same online shop using all three frameworks, and then just hammered them with a whole battery of security tests. So after all that, who actually came out on top?
Okay, let's break these results down. Have a look at that vulnerabilities found column. Svelte, down at the bottom, had the most right out of the box, 11 of them. But now, look all the way over to the right, its code was by far the shortest. Up at the top, React had the fewest vulnerabilities, just 8. It also scored highest on average mitigation level, which is basically a fancy way of saying how well the framework's built-in tools can handle threats. And then you've got Vue sitting right in the middle on most of these. So the takeaway for React is that when it came to actually preventing or fixing security flaws, it was the strongest performer. And this makes sense, right? It's got this massive ecosystem and it's backed by Meta, so it has more battle-tested, built-in solutions for all those common security headaches. But Vue had this really unique and powerful advantage. It was the only framework that came with 0 known vulnerabilities in its underlying parts. That means its starting point, its factory settings, if you will, were the most secure of the bunch. And Svelte really shows you the trade-off. Because it's a compiler, its whole philosophy is to be as minimal as possible to give you maximum speed. But that efficiency comes at a cost. Fewer built-in security guardrails meant that more of the security issues were left for the developer to figure out on their own. But here's the thing, a controlled lab experiment, that's one thing. The chaotic, constantly changing reality of a live application that millions of people are using, that is something else entirely. Because in the real world, your website isn't some static object you build and then forget about. No way. It's a living system. A perfect score on day 1 means almost nothing on day 2, especially when new threats are being discovered all the time. So let's make this super concrete. Take a look at this example from the e-commerce platform Shopware. This isn't code. This is their pre-update checklist. I mean, look at these steps. Each one is a potential point of failure. Security here isn't a single action. It's this careful, deliberate procedure, backing everything up, checking requirements, managing all your add-ons. And this is all before a single line of new code is even introduced. And this is where it gets really, really complicated. That warning message pretty much says it all. Real-world applications rely on dozens of third-party extensions and plugins. Any one of those could be a security risk, and you, the developer, have to manage all of them every single time you update. And those updates, they are relentless.
Shopware's release history shows these huge technological shifts happening every single year. They're moving their whole system to a new version of Vue, then they're swapping out the entire machinery that bundles the code together. Every update is fixing invisible security flaws while also introducing massive changes. Staying secure literally means staying current. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? For us, whether we're developers or just people using the web every day, well, it all kind of boils down to a few key principles.
So what's the real lesson here? Your starting point, your framework, it definitely matters. But it's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. The research showed that the biggest dangers often come from simple human error, from misconfigurations, and the greatest risk might just be hiding in one of those third-party plugins you rely on. So ultimately, security isn't something you just install and forget about. It's a process you have to live by, a constant, vigilant cycle of updates and testing.
So, the next time you see that little update available notification pop up on your phone or your computer, don't just see it as another chore. Think about this for a second. What invisible vulnerabilities, what hidden backdoors might have just been patched to keep you safe?